down to around 6,500. And this chart is about 6 months old. We've actually already reached up here towards this trend line. If you're wondering why price has been moving so high over the last year, it's more than likely coming back to test this trend line, which is between 10,500 and 10,800 or so. It depends on your labels here. It depends on how you draw this trend line, but it's a pretty good proximity. Look where it bounced. It bounced right in the center of these trend lines, which is a typical stopping point for price to go. You'll see price here, stopped here. When you can kind of price stopped here, you can draw a trend line that would come right through the center of here, and you'll see lots of touches. So I believe the next move will be a turn down. That turn down will come down and bounce at this trend line. Now I have two trend lines. I have a lighter one and I have a darker one. I believe the darker ones really represent the channels and really where they are. And this is a throw over, which means this should be pretty aggressive coming down. But I've also drawn a really light trend line here from the bottom connecting this bottom. I don't believe that's a correct channel because this doesn't represent a wave structure yet. We need to wait for wave 4 to come down. If this is indeed 2 down on the higher charts and then 3 up and then 4 down, then I would surmise that you would connect the bottom of this to that 4th wave, and I'm wondering if this indeed would be parallel. So you would end up with something like this. If I had to guess, this would be a trend line in essence, and you would end up with a 4th wave coming down to here, somewhere at a first bounce of 2,000-ish. So I think that that's probably a legitimate, this 1,600 is probably a legitimate place where price will go. Price doesn't have to be contained within this trend line though. It can come down here all the way down to 560, but for the sake of this video, we're nowhere near that, and I think the most important thing is to understand that we are probably at a topping process right now and are probably going to be turning back down within the next month or less, if I were to guess. So that's my interpretation of where we are from an Elliott Wave perspective on the Dow over the last 70 years and why I believe we're coming down. I think this is a clear 3-3, which means this should be a 5, and it should be proportional to this 3 and this 3. Right now it is not proportional. And it doesn't make any sense that we haven't come down below this trend line, because otherwise you would still be in the channel, you would still be making a new high eventually, and you'd still be within a 5-wave setup. Well, I don't believe that that's true. I believe we have touched the trend lines to complete a 5-wave set, and we've had a throw over, and I believe that we're going to come back down and come down out of this channel, which will complete a larger structure and then maybe a very large move upward at that point. So my 2 cents, and hope you've enjoyed the video.